how they interpret this, how they see it. Now, the role of anti-Semitism in this is the final point which I want to discuss briefly. I think we have to be careful in using the word anti-Semitism or anti-Semite to understand precisely what we're talking about. I will say something which may strike you as absurd, but if you will think for a moment, I think you'll agree that it makes sense. It is perfectly possible to hate Jews, even to persecute Jews, without being anti-Semitic. That strikes you as nonsense. It isn't. What I mean is this: hating people who are different, persecuting people who are different, even on occasion massacring people who are different, is part of the normal human condition. We find it all through history. We find it in every part of the world, in every civilization. Anti-Semitism is distinct in that it attributes to the victim, to the Jews, a kind of quality of cosmic evil, the like of which cannot, as far as I am aware, be found anywhere else. In the history of Islamic civilization, Jews were variously treated. Sometimes they were fairly well treated, sometimes less well. On the whole, not too badly. But anti-Semitism in that sense was simply unknown. It did not exist. It was even explicitly refuted when attempts were made by Christian minorities in the Middle East to introduce it. We have, for example, sermons by Ottoman sultans denouncing and condemning the blood libel, saying Jews are accused of this is nonsense. The anti-Semitism in the European form was introduced from Europe. It came through diplomatic and ecclesiastical channels. And unfortunately, in modern times, it has been thoroughly adopted, assimilated, and Islamized. The really major advance of anti-Semitism came in an episode which you saw parts of in the film we've just seen, the intensely close relationship between the Nazis and the Palestinian leadership at one time, which extended well beyond the Palestinian leadership. The Germans were able to establish themselves in Syria, thanks to the Vichy surrender, to expand from Syria into Iraq, to create what later became the Ba'ath Party, the model for which is the Nazi Party, and to lay the foundations of a real Nazi-type anti-Semitism in the Arab Islamic world, which has since passed to other parts of the Islamic world. It has, as I said, been adopted, assimilated, and Islamized, and we can see that in many different ways, and it is one of the major problems which we have to confront today. My time is up, so let me conclude with, one always likes to end on a more happy note. Mention was made of my book, Semites and Anti-Semites, which deals rather severely with the growth and development of Arab anti-Semitism. This book has just been published in Cairo in an Arabic translation. Thank you.